Okay, business content or BI content, what is it? It is basically pre-delivered objects which you build, to build your BI solution. What are the objects which you build to build your BI solution? When we try to load data from a flat file, we built a data source, isn't it? Then after we built the data source, we loaded the data into the flat file, into the PSA, in BW, and then we built DSOs. Then we built InfoCubes. Then we built transformations between data source slash PSA and DSO to InfoCubes. Then we built DTPs. We built info packages to load data into PSA from source, isn't it? All these are, what are all these objects called? These are BI objects, isn't it? These are nothing but BI objects created for you to build the solution. What did we build earlier? We built a flat file based BI solution, isn't it? I'm not going to put these notes. The notes which I sent is fantastic from a BI contents perspective. So this is only for the class purpose to build a BW solution, isn't it? These are all the objects. So what SAP did is, they know that people who implement BW, 90% of the time the data is coming from SAP sources, because SAP has built their ECC system, their CRM system, their SRM system, and things like that. Let's say MDM system. All these they've built over a period of time, right? So they know that this data has to come to BW, right? From a reporting perspective. So they know what are the fields in the source systems, what I have enlisted here, right? They also know what is a typical reporting requirement of different customers who have these SAP products implemented. So they built this BI content and said, okay, you are a customer who have got all the SAP software solutions implemented. Now, here it is. You want to implement BW? We will deliver predefined objects for you to have or use in your solution. You don't need to build anything from scratch, meaning no need to build data sources, no need to build DSOs, no need to build cubes, no need to build transformations or DTPs, etc. Alright? Now, when I say no need to build, then what is the purpose of a BI consultant? Right? So I told you that most of business requirements are met by BI content. Okay, Ranjit, good, but I will add to that. Okay, but not all. Okay, so what happens in a project? You will start with BI content. But you will customize it based on gaps. Meaning, let's say BI content data source. I'm going to give you one example of a data source. Okay, so this data source 2LIS02HDR. This is a technical name of a data source. What is this data source? It's nothing but an extractor. What is this? This is PO header. Then there is another data source which is 2LIS_02_ITM. What is this data source? This brings PO item data. Then there is another data source called 2LIS02_SCL. This data source gets PO schedule line data. Aren't these very critical from an order perspective, a purchase order, right? So let's take 1, 2 LIS 02 HDR, the header data source. Okay. Now this, let us say, the standard delivered extractor or the data source gives about 200 fields to be extracted to BW. Meaning, if you run an RSA-3 on this extractor, it will fetch 200 columns, all relating to PO header data. Okay. But the business requirement says, I not only need these 200, but I need 10 additional fields, values, to be a part of the extract. Okay. So does it make sense for you to create a brand new extractor called ZBW underscore PO underscore header and put all the 220 fields, 210 fields? Or does it make sense for you to activate this extractor, which is standard delivered, the code is already there, the extract structure is there, all that is there, it is delivered. So just activate it, then enhance it with additional 10 fields and add ABAP code to fetch that data. What makes sense? Is it the first option to build everything from scratch, or the second option where you activate the content, delivered stuff, and then enhance? Ranjit, very good. It makes sense. You don't want to reinvent the wheel by developing a brand new data source or an extractor which will fetch all the 210 fields. Make use of the existing standard BI content, activate it, and then enhance it with 10 additional fields which the business needs as a part of the header extract from ECC to BW. Okay? Clear? So Vinay, you understand the application side of BI content. Why do we use BI content and what should be the actual game plan? You should always start with BI content, activate what you need from a solution perspective, and then only do enhancements or changes as required. Clear? Now this is not only, this example what I gave you is just a data source example. Same with the cubes. Let's say cubes. If there is a cube, let us say 0CO underscore CCA11. This is a cube which extracts costs and allocations. Correct, Vinay, I will come to that. Okay, in CO by cost centers. If I want cost center reporting, I use this data, this cube. I will load all the data from the ECC system into this cube, and I will create queries on top of this cube. Now here let us say the cube has got 20 characteristics and 5 key figures. I'm just giving you a number here. Okay. Now the business requirement is I want 23 characteristics and 6 key figures. So you will enhance this cube. But what is your starting point? Your starting point is always activate the BI content, and depending on what the business requirement is, you are bringing those additional 3 characteristic values and 1 key figure value and loading it into this cube to meet the business requirement. Okay. So what happens? Understood so far so good, everybody? Sanjay, Ankur? Okay. Now there is business content everywhere. When you look at my video, it is one of the best videos anybody can have in their hand. It's knowledge is power. So that video you have to, after today's class, you have to replay the whole videos, the 2 videos which I sent, and you will understand the concept very well. how to activate the BI content both on the ECC side and the BW side. Okay, but before I go there, this is what happens in a project. In a project, let us say Vinay is hired on a project. Okay, now let's not talk Vinay. Let's talk about Ankur. Ankur is responsible for building a solution which is cost center accounting reporting solution in BW. So where is the cost center accounting data residing? It is in ECC. That is the ERP system, isn't it? Cost center accounting is a part of what module? It is a part of CO module in ECC. Correct? Now, what will Ankur do? He will go and figure out in cost center accounting related BI content. What is the related BI content cost center accounting has is what Ankur has to figure out. Okay, so Ankur will go to this place, help.sap.com. All this is explained in the videos, where to go, what to do and all that. Okay, but I'll show it to you again. help.sap.com. Okay, this is a encyclopedia of BW and SAP. All products relating to SAP, somebody has to know, read about it. This is what the place where they'll go. So if you go to any browser and do help.sap.com, all right, then go to SAP Net. I send this link across to you. Okay, it's there in the notes also, what I sent, the Excel file. But anyway, so if you don't have it, then let me know. Then you will go to 1 second. NetWeaver Business Warehouse, then BI content. All right. When you go here, you have so many BI content versions with support packs, meaning as SAP versioning strategy is in place, meaning SAP ECC came up with 5.0, then 6.0. So functionality gets added with every version and support pack level. Similarly, BI content is also a software plugin where additional functionality is implemented at every version at a different support pack level. So let me show you one BI content. So when you go there, when you go to this site, you need to know what version of BW is there in your client's place, number one. Number two, what is the BI content plugin? So if you click on this, it will take you to this square where NetWeaver 7.0 BI content 7.07 support pack 03. All right, you need to know this information before you can come here. Now how you go to know that information? I'm going to RDC. Okay, now once I go to RDC, I'm going to log on to BW. Just bear with me for a minute. All right, so let me go there, 1 second. In this screen, after I log on, go to System Status and go to SAP System Data. This is where you get the version and all that information. Okay, you see this BI content 735, no support pack level. 7.35 is the BI content what we have with no support level. This is how I know which BI content version I have installed in the BW system. Same with the ECC, because your data sources, meaning your extractors, reside on the ECC side. They don't reside in the BW system. So I'm going to go to ECC and show you how you will So I'm logging into ECC now. So this is ECC 6.0 Enhancement Pack 5. That is the ECC version. But here also there will be BI content, because the data sources become a part of the ECC content. You see this? SAP BW 7.02 Support Pack 6. Okay. Now I need to see one thing here. One second. One second, hold on. Just confirming. Okay, so this has got a lot of add-ins. So before I go further, I want to tell you one thing here. It's already explained in the other video, but I will tell you. Your source system is ECC, let us say, and your target system is BW. Correct? Agreed? So in the source system, the BI content, what is available is nothing but the data sources. In the BW system, you will have data sources, cubes, queries, DSOs, you name it. Anything relating to BW will be there. On the source system side, the only BI content which will be there will be data sources or extractors. We call them extractors. Okay? Now, how do you get these data sources, extractors, which is the BI side software? When a customer goes and buys ECC from SAP, SAP is going to ask, are you going to implement our data warehousing solution called BW? Then the customer might say, yes, I do want a data warehousing solution, so yes, I will buy BW. When they say I will buy BW, when they give the DVDs with the software, SAP, what they will do, they will give a special DVD which is BI content in ECC, which gets installed on the ECC side. This is called a plugin. It's called BI plugin software, which is installed on the ECC side. BW, of course, when BW gets installed, everything comes in naturally. All these BI content objects come in naturally. Okay, so that is about BI plugin software. So if a company is not implementing BW and just the ECC system, you will not have that plugin software on the ECC side. Clear, everybody? Yes, yes, no, no. Makes sense, isn't it? If they had not bought the license of BW, why would SAP give BI plugin to be implemented on the ECC side? It doesn't make sense. Correct? Agreed? Alright? So that is what it is. So now you understand the concept of BI content and why it is so important. Now why do I have two videos, two complete videos with notes on BI content is because from the next topic onwards, now you have learned the hard way of creating a data source and building your entire flat file interface, ETL, all the way to the cube, correct? So you learned the hard way. Now you are going to learn the easy way of activating the BI content and using it as a part of your solution. So you're not building anything from scratch. And most of the time this is what you'll be doing going forward in projects. Now, life is not so easy. You still need to do enhancements, you still need to do customization and all that. Those concepts we will cover when we are getting into actual development of BI solutions from ECC system, meaning when we are getting the data from ECC system, loading it all the way to BI, and then we will come into those complexities and scenarios where you need to do customizing. All right, clear so far everybody? Yes, yes, no, no. Now the next question for all of you is, how many of you have covered both the videos what I sent? Very self-explanatory clerical kind of activity. BI content activation is nothing but identifying your objects within help.sap.com and then just activating the content. So let me show you how this content looks like. So I go here, and I will send you this link. Okay, so you go to ERP Central Component, because for all practical purposes we will be loading data from our ERP system. So here you have everything my module. So I want to show you controlling and overhead cost controlling and cost center accounting. And if you expand this, you see how many BI content objects you have. You have so many web templates. Let me show you queries. See, queries in controlling. These are all the queries which are there. This is one query, cost center detail, planning year. This is a query. This is the technical name of the query. This is a use of the query, why this query is used, and what are the filters in this query, what are in rows, what are in columns. Okay, things like that. These are columns, these are key figures, isn't it? So you have all these queries predefined by SAP in the system. You just need to activate it and use it in your solution. Now, why did SAP give this BI content? Number one is for rapid implementations, meaning typically most of the SAP implementations take a long time, okay, depending on the scope of the implementation. But if a customer is in a hurry and wants to be in a situation where plug and play, I plug in, I activate the content, I load the data and run the queries, all right, to get the reports out of the BW system based out of the ECC, whatever module it is. Okay, now if somebody is in a hurry to implement and later on customize it depending on the business requirements, business content acts as a key thing within that particular scope. All right, you understand what a rapid implementation is, correct? All right, now no companies now do rapid implementations. They do a normal implementation, but the starting point is always BI content. So what is that you're going to do? So what are the different stages in a project? One is requirements gathering, correct? What is this stage? Anybody tell me what is requirements gathering stage in a project? This is where you are talking to users and reporting requirements, correct? That's reporting. You're building a reporting solution. It's not, you're not asking them what do you want biryani or you want coffee, isn't it? This is reporting requirements, just to on a funny side. Okay, all right, very good, Ranji. Then you do a process called blueprint. Then you will do a process called blueprint. Okay, before prototypes is a different option depending on what methodology you do. So just listen to me and we will discuss this at a later stage, because this happens when we have the projects class. How do we implement BW? What are the different things we need to take into consideration as a consultant, and all that will be a different session. Within blueprint, I will do multiple things here. First, I will see BI content needed will be gathered. Next is compare BI content with business requirements. Number C. What is the number C? The above process is called gap analysis. Correct? Agreed? Then the fourth point is detailed design is in place. Okay? fifth point, there is no fifth point. So once the detailed design is in place, it forms a part of the blueprint document. Then after blueprint, then we get a sign off from business users, and then or PMO, project manager's office. Then what is the next stage? After we get that, we will start a process called realization or build phase, where we are actually building the solution in the system. Which system we do it? In the development system. Then comes a stage after the build is done. What do? We do unit testing. Then we do integration or UAT testing. Where does this happen? Unit testing is done by developers. Remember folks, nobody in India or abroad will teach this in any BI class. This is an open challenge. Okay? Nobody. Let me tell you. And I'm proud that Sappion does it. Alright. So done by developers. In what system they do it? In dev system. Alright. Then integration UAT testing. Where is it done? Done by users or business users in QA environment or QA system. Let me put it in layman terminology. After this is done, then we get a sign off from business users that everything looks good. Everything looks good means, what is everything looks good means here in this case? Meaning reports are according to the requirements and are generating the data which matches the requirement and specifications. Alright? Then once that is done, then we do an activity called cutover. Meaning, what is this cutover? Cutover is nothing but where we will move all developed objects for our solution to production environment or production system, then load data from source, initialize, deltas, etc. I will cover that when we do the ECC extraction, but just for a high level. That's why I'm trying to be more generic from a terminology perspective. And then etc. and keep the system ready, for users to access reports, etc. in production from a day, whatever day it might be. And that day is called a go live day. The day mentioned above is the go live day. Now, point number 10. Your job as a BI consultant doesn't end here. Then you will have something called a warranty period, which can range anything between 10 days after go live to 1 to 2 months, depending on support comes later. Correct, Ranjit? What you said is correct, but let me just explain what warranty period is. Depending on PMO, meaning project manager's office, and what business agrees. Then after warranty period, then what Ranjit says, support or post go live production support activity starts. Okay. Now warranty period is, there is no, this is strictly from a costing perspective for a project. There is no, this has to be accounted for, how many resources need to be involved in the warranty period. This has to be accounted for from an initial project costing perspective. Okay, there is no additional money allocated later on for this 10 days or 1 month or 2 months. Now, you understand what I'm saying? It's like a warranty. Anything happens, you need to fix it. No additional charges. Everything has to be estimated earlier only from a project perspective or a project cost perspective. Okay? So this is, I've just gone through at a high level what are the different stages of a project. Now if you see, you as BI consultants, you are involved here gathering requirements, you are involved here doing the blueprint. Sign off is of course your project management office and your project manager and all. So you as BI consultant, unless you yourself are a project manager, you won't be involved. You're absolutely involved here, and during the realization phase you're building the objects. You are involved here to test the objects what you built. You are involved here supporting the, when business users are testing in the QA system, then you're actually supporting them too. You will get a sign off, so there's not much involvement. It is at a high level. Then you are involved here. You are involved here. You are involved during the warranty period, and there might be some other support team if a client is in US and the implementation has been done in US and they want to give the support to a company in India. What do we call that process? Outsourcing. Then those guys will be doing this post go live production support depending on the annual maintenance contracts. Okay, so I've took you to a different topic altogether, but it is so much required because you need to understand that the role of a BI consultant and where all they will be involved. This document I will send it because this is useful information, and then you understand the concept of BI content and how important it is. Now, first of all, give me a very frank opinion or feedback on how many people watched my video on BI content. I want response from everybody. Sanjay, you've seen it. Ankur? Okay. All right. So I get an idea as to who watched it and who did not. Okay. Now the point of this entire training is not just watching videos. Okay. So this is what the plan is. I am going to allocate each one of you one functional area, meaning Vinay will get FIAR. Okay. Sanjay will get FIAP, meaning ARAP. You know what ARAP is, correct? Accounts receivable, accounts payable. Then what you're going to do is identify the BI content. Okay, let me do this. I myself will identify the BI content and send that as a project work to you. Okay, so here what you will be doing is you will be activating the BI content necessary. If it is already active, leave it. That's fine. It's a training system. Somebody might have done it. But you still need to go to RSA1, go to BI content, and then go look at the, click on few things and browse through the system to know how you activate it. All right. So whatever you see in the video, you need to go through that again. All right. So keep that in mind. So this is what we need to do in the first place to activate the BI content depending on what I have given to you. Okay. And then once the BI content is activated, then you will build the entire ETL right from ECC system to BI system. Now this exercise will not be given to you till we finish master data loads from ECC and transaction data loads from ECC, at least one cycle. Now that is what is going to be taught tomorrow, at least the master data part. Now don't miss tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class we are going to complete ECC master data extraction scenarios. We will take financials and I will show you how to activate the content and then extract data from ECC to BI all the way to the master data tables, which is attributes and text. Okay? You've seen how flat file loads happen. Now you're seeing how easy it is to load data from ECC to BI. End to end. And Sunday and Monday I'm giving you complete working time on the system. So there will not be any class on Sunday and Monday. Saturday I'm going to give you exercises to do your master data loads. So you're going to go through the BI content videos, you're going to go through the tomorrow's class session, then Sunday and Monday you're doing only master data extraction depending on what solution I will assign to you. So we're going to run it as a project. I'm a project manager, each one of you are working in the same project as team members and I'm allocating work to you. This is how we will learn to simulate a real-time scenario. Agreed? Alright? Okay. So, with this I will close today's class. Now, Saturday and Sunday, while Sunday when we don't have the class, Sunday and Monday I'm going to, possibly Sunday I'll finish video, class 10 and class 16 videos and I will send it to you on Tuesday. Alright? So that you don't miss out on anything. I will either send it to you or put it in the portal. Okay? Agreed? Everybody? Geared up for the extraction? Yes, Vinay, I will teach you ABAP. I'll teach everybody ABAP. Just hang in there. Okay? Now, everybody on the same page as to how this is going to work from now? Alright. So don't miss any class. This is going to be hands-on ETL right from, obviously we started hands-on when we did the flat file load, but we are going to do ECC extraction all the way to BI like a project. Okay? So with this I will close today's class. Have a great day. We will again talk tomorrow. Tomorrow's class is at 8 o'clock. It will go for 1.5 hours minimum. So be prepared, have some Bournvita, Horlicks, etc. and get some energy in the morning. Now I will be on site tomorrow, Vinay. If you want to come over. 8 o'clock sharp the class will start. 7:45 the invite will go. Please be on time. Okay? Thank you guys.